Good afternoon. It's Pastor Marty from the Afternoon Drive. Well, as we speak, Attorney General William Barr is appearing before Congress right now, being grilled again, because the Democrats are just they're having a bad time right now. First of all, the Mueller report didn't give them what they wanted. And then they really hated the way that Attorney General William Barr summarized it. So obviously, there's got to be a problem. He didn't fairly and correctly represent what it was Bob Mueller was trying to say. And the Washington Compost complicated issues. No, they outright lied, because that's what they are. They're just propaganda crapola. They lied when they tried to infer that Mueller is letting it be known that he's not happy with William Barr's summary. But if you read the article in its entirety, you find out that what Mueller's upset about is that the media hasn't accurately depicted, hasn't accurately portrayed what Barr is saying in light of the master thesis of 400 plus pages that Mueller wrote. The reason this is a problem is because Mueller didn't need to write a 400-page report. He complicated it by exonerating Donald Trump and everyone connected with his administration of no collusion with Russia. Good. Then he went on to say no American colluded, which is a cover-up for Hillary. Because he doesn't want anybody to go after Hillary. See, he is still part of helping Comey cover up the fact that the FBI, under James Comey, purposely skewed the investigation into Hillary and her private internet server, her connections with Russia, the money that funneled into the Clinton Foundation. 20% of our uranium ends up in Russian hands. Where was the real colluding going on? And then we have the Hillary Clinton bought and paid for dossier of information provided by Russians to Steele, to Clinton, to Comey, to John McCain, to the media. All in the attempt to pull off a coup over a sitting president. Initially used for falsifying FISA warrants and spying on Trump when he was just a candidate, i.e., a private citizen. So there sits William Barr having to answer that there is no difference between his summary that he gave publicly and the 400-page report. You know, the thing that gets me is, as I listen to these Democrats day in and day out vilify Attorney General Barr. Oh, what he did is a travesty with this summary. This is terrible. It's terrible. Yet, they've had now the full Mueller report themselves for what? 3 weeks? I never hear any of them go through the report and say, see right here, this contradicts what Attorney Barr said in his press conference. This contradicts. See, Barr came out and did a whitewash of this thing before everybody got a chance to read it. But look at all these places where his summary is inconsistent with the actual document. Notice they never do that. You know why? Because there is no inconsistency between the summary that William Barr gave and the document. Now, Mueller created another problem because he's not a nice guy. And I watched some of the stuff live today online, and there's Lindsey Graham still trying to defend Bob Mueller as being a man of integrity and the law. Stop. After he exonerates the president of collusion, he then gives us 10 little bullet points of, there might have been obstruction. How can he obstruct, that is the president, when there was no crime? Were there days the president was frustrated because of the way the media was continually just collusion and traitor, and he's an agent of Russia, and Bob Mueller's going to expose all of this? That were there days that Trump lost it? Oh, I'm sure there were. I would, you would, we all would. Did he stop the investigation? No. Did he defund it? No. Did he place Bob Mueller under arrest? Did he in any way detain him? No. In fact, Bob Mueller had himself 19 lawyers, who were all Hillary supporters, by the way, 40 FBI agents. They interviewed, I believe it's 500 witnesses. The White House turned over 1.4 million pages of documentation. The president himself answered questions to Robert Mueller via written format. And not one time, never once, never, did President Trump ever invoke executive privilege. Barack Obama did. Bill Clinton certainly did. Shoot, George W. did. Trump didn't. So I got nothing to hide. You want to interview my staff? Interview them. You want to interview my administration? Interview them. Interview anybody you want. Interview my family. I got nothing to hide. I didn't do this. If you've ever in your life been accused of something you didn't do, and people just keep it up and keep it up and keep it up and keep it up, you snap, don't you? That's a human response. But at the end of the day, Trump never fired anybody. As far as Mueller, he didn't stop it. Did he gripe about it? Did he mock it on Twitter? Yeah, that's not obstruction. Which is what the Democrats are trying to portray this and paint this into. And so, Barr gets dragged before Congress again. Supposedly he's got to go again on Thursday because, Jerry the Nads Nadler, he's got blue nads now trying to get his hands on Trump, and he's got to do it through Barr because Mueller failed. These people are insane. These libloon Dems they're insane, they're delusional, and they're treasonous because this is a coup. And what they're terrified of and afraid of is that not only did William Barr get this right regarding the Mueller report, and if you read the full Washington Compost article, he got it right. Mueller's not arguing with Barr about his summary. Mueller's upset at how the media is now portraying him. See, he and Comey, they're all alike. They walk in these stiff suits and they act like that when they flatulate, it smells like lilacs in springtime. They're erudite, they're arrogant, they act superior and morally above everything, and why they're on the same level as Jesus himself, and they can walk on water, raise the dead, and heal the sick. Because they alone are the true keepers and understanders of the Constitution and law. They're deep state. They're swamp drillers. They're vermin. And they're traitors. They didn't like Trump. He wasn't establishment. He wasn't part of the circle of the elite oligarch chosen to lead our country. He circumvented. Hillary Rodham Clinton, and Jeb Bush, and other people that are part of the inner circle. And he actually became what the Constitution talks about, a government of by the people, for the people. Because the people, not the parties, not Washington elite, the people picked Donald Trump. And oh my, that can't stand. How dare you sheeple begin to start thinking and thinking that you are in some kind of authority. You are to be lined up doing as you're told. And we entrust people within the circle and the oligarch to do the leading, and people like Comey and Mueller to make sure that you follow their lead. And see, all that's been ripped apart, all that has been exposed. And what the Dems and the libs and even the rhinos and the Washington oligarch establishment, the swamp dwellers fear, is that Barr is going to go after the real perpetrators of this coup, and it will all be exposed. And as I said, get ready for the summer of Trump's revenge. That said, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you've subscribed to the channel. Hit the like button. Leave a comment. I do read them. And make sure you smack the bell so that you get notification of my next rant.